Rookie Stalkers. Rookie Stalkers are one of the most common type of NPC you can encounter in the zone, and so is their equipment. Most of the rookies wear a leather jacket that they probably bought from the mainland that helps them survive feral blind dogs or wild boars. And as for the weapon, lots of them carry a PMM pistol, but if they get to sell an artifact, they get themselves a Viper 5 or saved off shotgun. Experienced Stalker. Experienced Stalkers are a bit more rare than rookies, but still abundant in the zone. And in the zone, more experience means more artifacts, which allows them to afford a Sunrise suit, a more reliable protection specialized for the zone, with a bit more anomaly and mutant protection, but still lacking bullet penetration, which makes them vulnerable to ambushes. As for the weapon, lots of them carry either a smuggled AKM-74-2 or its variant AKM-74-2U if they are closer to duty, and sometimes a TRSS-301 if they are closer to freedom territories. But still, some mutant hunters prefer a shotgun, which is the Chaser 13, reliable to even taking out bloodsuckers. Veteran Stalkers. Veteran Stalkers are very rare to find initially in the game and only appear in later raids, deep in the zone, which means rarer and new weird encounters, which means they need better equipment to get more specialized protection against mutants, anomalies, or zombified stalkers. And the only armor to have such great stats on a broad selection of problems is the Kyiv Institute-made SEVA suit, which apart from being one of the best lightweight armors in the game, has a closed-circuit breathing system, which allows to work in highly contaminated locations like the Pripyat underpass, secret underground labs, or mutant tunnels. As for the weapon, veterans rely on more expensive weapons from NATO and the Warsaw Pact, with the most common being the GP-37, the SGI 5K, the IL-86, the OTS-14 Rosa, and sometimes an AS Val. Expert Stalkers. Expert Stalkers are one of the rarest NPCs in Shadow of Chernobyl, and they are either our stalkers who went back from the center of the zone or those who got there for raids, and they have the wildest encounters, since the center is famous for chimeras, controllers, pseudo-giants, monolith fanatics armed to the teeth, Seacon agents, hordes of zombified stalkers, and anomalies that change place every day, which leaves us with the only choice for protection being the Ukrainian-designed and monolith-perfected Superior Autonomous Exoskeleton Armor Complex, which in Shadow of Chernobyl is only available in his 3rd generation version, leaving out the ability to run, making the wearer become a slow, bullet-impenetrable tank that has one of the best stats in the game for the armor, but is behind a bit in radio protection and anomaly protection. As for the weapons, they carry some of the rarest ones in game, the FT-200M, the Vintar BC, and sometimes an RPK machine gun or a SPSA-14 shotgun. Mole. Mole is a former digger that made his bread by raiding abandoned undergrounds, but he failed his last raid to the Agroprom underground because he was pushed by bandits who got there first, and then the military came with their special operation. Mole Loadout may be unsurprising at first, since he wears a common stalker suit, which is the Sunrise suit, and carries an old AKM-74-2. But if we artifact him, we can see that he also carries the only Walker that shoots with 9 per 18-inch bullets available in the game. Bess. Bess is a self-made zone policeman that spends his days catching and artifacting bandits, while he himself is a fugitive of the law with 2 artifacting charges and shooting at an artifact enforcer. Bess has a unique special AKM-74-2U, which has a custom mounted silencer that has far better reliability. Also, Bess wears a Sunrise suit and the PB-1S noiseless pistol. Vampire. Vampire is one of the luckiest stalkers in the game, since every time he gets into a bad situation, he only comes back by himself, which gave him a bad reputation, and Barkeep promises a reward for artifacting him. Vampire has the unique noiseless Viper 5, which has a special silencer attached to it. Plus, it doesn't have any negatives and better reliability. Apart from that, he wears a Sunrise suit and also carries a PBS-1 silencer pistol. Sparrow. Sparrow is one of the few master stalkers that found his way into the zone. He is a very lucky and skilled weapon smuggler with experience from Africa to Afghanistan, but one day he got in trouble and artifacted Barkeep's agents and made enemies with his stalkers. So Barkeep promises a reward for artifacting him. He is equipped with a unique noiseless Cora that has much better capabilities and is more reliable than the unmodified version. He also wears a Sunrise suit and an oboe can. Scarecrow. Scarecrow is another master from the Dark Valley that made his bread by hunting and selling stuffed mutants to private outside clients, which angered Lukash and made him offer a reward for artifacting him. He carries a unique EL-86 that has much better ballistics and balancing, then it's a modified relative, and he also wears an exosuit. Master. Master is a stalker that found his life in the zone after being fired from a factory in the mainland. He decided to artifact himself, and since he is a deeply religious man, he decided to do it in an unusual way. Let the zone decide his fate. Since then, he is one of the best technicians in the zone, and he helps everyone from guns to auto repairs. He carries a unique lightened EL86 that has better balance and doesn't weigh as much as the unmodified relative. Also, he wears an exosuit and carries a Walker 9 inches. Father Diodor. Father Diodor is another experienced stalker that follows his own religious doctrine away from other factions. His main mission is to destroy all artifacts, since he thinks that they are created by the devil himself, which Sidorich is not okay with, and he orders to artifact him. Father Diodor has a very unique modified chaser shotgun that doesn't appear later in the series, and its main feature is that it uses artifact particles that give special properties and enlighten it. Apart from that, he also wears an exosuit. Demon Gusarov. Demon is an experienced sniper and bomb operator that served most of his years as a mercenary but found himself in the zone, acting always alone. Now, Sidorich orders to artifact him since he thought that he was organizing an army to take control of the cordon. Demon has a special modified sniper Obokan. He also carries a Walker 9 inches and a Sunrise suit.